buddy, it's Aaronator here, and we got our 19th episode of our Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode here in the PS4, guys. In the last episode, we went and did the 18th episode, which was the playoffs. If you guys did not see it, make sure you go check it out. Link will be in the description down below. And I will, spoiler alert right now, as you can see, Pittsburgh Penguins are the Stanley Cup champions. We did not go that far this year. We were taken out, not swept out, we were taken out by the New Jersey Devils in the first round. I will show you guys the playoff tree if you guys have not seen it yet. We went through the awards and all that stuff after the series, but it was tough. New Jersey was the better team. They did get beat by the eventual Stanley Cup contenders, or the Stanley Cup champions, which was Pittsburgh, and they just like went flying off that series. It was ridiculous. They actually beat the Vancouver in the first round, or in the Stanley Cup finals. So yeah, that's pretty wild. So I have done lots of pre-scouting, guys. I looked at your comments, and I am kind of against them because I need to show you guys something. There's actually something really cool to see, and then something really so there's good news and bad news. That's what I mean to say. First of all, let's go check out all of our players. The good news is, let's look at this. 93 overall, Zach Werenski. That's pretty sick. He actually, I don't know when, but he grew to 93 overall over the course of this season, and for that kind of a cap, for 3 more years actually, because remember this year, 4 more years, but 3 more years at 5.6 at 93 overall. Like, this guy is in his prime. We got a good contract for him, hometown discount, whatever you want to say. But like, although we really want to win a Stanley Cup, the second thing is we may have some trouble doing that. Our younger guys that are like 21 and stuff are coming off their entry level deals right now. We have 3 guys. Actually, Clayton Keller's on a UFA, because you guys let me know that. Thank you. But yeah, Keller, Hischier, and Dubois, we all have to sign, and I guarantee you it's not going to be cheap. So we're going to have a problem. I could see Keller, maybe we could get for around $5 million for a shorter term. These guys closer to $6 or $7 million if it's shorter term. If it's going 8 years or long term, I could see closer to $8 or $7 million. I mean, he's a you know what? I take that back. Their roles are all second line forwards. So although their overalls are really spiked, because they're second line forwards, they may actually want cheaper contracts. So maybe closer to $5 or $6 million if we're lucky. But I can tell you right now, Atkinson, I want to sign him, but we're gonna have to see what happens. He's always been a consistent guy for us, and I think it'll be great to have him for another 3 or so years. Goalies, I guarantee you we're not keeping both these guys. Although Bobrovsky will want less, Korpisalo's probably not, and I don't know. I mean, I'd like to have Bobrovsky for our cup runs, but Korpisalo's ready, guys. I mean, you saw how he played during the season. I mean, when we gave him the starts, he did play a bit better than previous seasons. And to me, I think if he gets the starting position, then I think he'll do a solid job. Maybe not top 5 in the league, but it just depends on the guys in front of him, I think. And I think with our young guys getting better, especially Werenski, that helps us out a lot. But you know what? I have pre-scouted stuff. We only have 5.8 in cap space. That's minus Bobrovsky and all those guys that come off the books. And then it'll be a lot closer to like 20 million, or whatever. I don't know how much it's going to be. But we're going to have to see. I am potentially either trading Brendan Saad or Boone Jenner. You guys were mentioning both those names and then saying I should go after guys like Panarin. Why do we need a guy like Panarin? Why would Chicago trade a guy like Panarin? His cap hit is way too big. He's like 6.8. I already looked at it. 70 or 6.8 or something like that. It's ridiculous. Why? And he's 88 overall. Like, Toffoli overall-wise is better. The only reason he sims so well is because he plays with Patrick Kane. It's like we don't have a 94 Patrick Kane. We have a 93 Werenski. We don't have a 94 Patrick Kane. That's not our style. We don't have an elite top-notch guy yet. I mean, Hischier, Keller, and Dubois are great, and they could potentially grow into that, but it's going to take time. Same with Levin. But anyways, I'm going to go into the draft. You guys can see where we're picking. We actually don't have we don't have a top 3 round pick. We're not drafting until the 4th round. So, I'm going to see if there's any franchise potential guys. If there is, I will look into it. I have not checked out the draft class at all. I did not do that before the cup was awarded, so we didn't get a chance to check out our scouting stuff. I don't usually do that. I just go into the draft. If there's a franchise player, I'd love the chance to draft him. I have no idea if there will be. If there's an elite sniper, maybe we'll look at his stats and we'll check out, but I don't see us drafting that high. If there is a chance, I might have to move some assets around to pick up a guy like that, but we'll have to see what happens. So we got Detroit, Boston, Edmonton taking up the first 3 picks. Let's go to scouted players, and let's see, is there anybody really good? Unknown. I could see this goalie, Markov, Russian goalie, Sergei Markov. He could be a franchise goalie, especially going in as a top 2 guy, maybe. Vyacheslav Mogilny, center power forward, probably going to be closer to elite. Jesse Weiss, so that would be high top. Yeah, these are going to be elite players right here. That's some pretty good stats there, even though they're a bit lower. Ernest Perez, he's going to be an elite player. Leach will be an elite player as well. Defenseman, that's pretty good. There's going to be, guarantee you, this is a very good draft. Low AHL top 6, medium bottom 6, high top 9. No, yeah. So that'll be like a top 6 forward. Shanahan, that's a 6th guy, 6th defenseman. Oh, top 9, maybe high top 9. Like, yeah, it drops off a lot. Top 6 forward there. Is there anybody else really worth noting? Low AHL starter, medium backup, high fringe starter, so maybe a starter there. Yeah, top 4 defenseman, a grinder, another top 6 grinder, Burns. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, so let's see. Leach, yeah, all these guys. Okay, so they're all going to be top-notch picks. Is there any lows here? Dadonov. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Any exact guys that high? No, there's not really much. So there's not really any elite players. There's a franchise goalie potentially, but I'm not going to... We don't need any of these guys. There's no snipers. There's no franchise players from what it looks like. It could be one right here. Detroit, let's see what they get. So Weiss, a medium elite. Let's see where the goalie goes. Leach, low elite defenseman. Maybe it won't be so great. Low elite center, power forward, and medium elite goalie. So Markov's pretty good. Yeah, it really drops off. Okay, so not actually that great of a draft. The top 5 picks looked good, but they kind of dropped off. So yeah, we're just gonna. There's no point making the trade. Well, I guess because we can't make, the thing is we may need to, well, we'll have to qualify 2 of the players, but we can probably sign everyone we want to sign. I might just wait till like free agency and stuff, but I'm not sure. Like, we're going to have a lot of cap issues coming up, guys. I don't see us being able to make too many moves. And this draft is actually really weak. Wow. There's 7th defenseman and a bunch of extra stuff. Usually goalies around this position are pretty good, so maybe we'll take a gamble on a goalie. Let's see. Yeah, they're all bottom 6 players, so that's not good. Let's see. If we go to goalies, I just want to see if there's any low AHL fringe goalie. That's probably going to be the best one they got. So we'll probably take a gamble on him. I think we have another 4th round pick, but I'm going to pick up the goalie just in case, because goalies, you never know this late. Medium fringe starter, so that's pretty decent. Usually in this part of the draft, it's usually pretty decent for potential if it's a goalie, no matter what the year. So that's pretty good. But I mean, I don't see anything else. So maybe go for value here. This is a 7th D-man guy, probably Dmitry Grabashkov, Vyacheslav Nestorov. Yeah, there's really not much. We'll go with the exact 7th D. It's probably gonna be low. I guarantee it's low. It's a medium. Look at that. I'm wrong for once, and that's a good time to be wrong. Pi, I have no idea. I would never have been able to figure that out. Buffalo went to Anaheim. Fleury's on the block. We don't need Fleury. We're not getting Fleury. AHL top 6. That's a top, I guess, a forward. Sniper. It's going to be a bottom 6 forward. Yeah, whatever. Entire draft sim. There were, like, I don't, at this point, that draft was really weak and we had no draft picks, so yeah. Because we traded them all for assets and stuff, so yeah. We'll just sim to the re-sign state phase. We can qualify Hischier and Dubois. That's why I'm okay, actually, with leaving this the way it is. But I already can tell you guys, we're not going to be able to sign our goal. We're not going to be able to sign both of our goalies. We have 27 million cap space to do any signings. That's 4 top-notch players with the 3 centers and Atkinson. I mean, I realize, guys, Nutavara, he's been an average defenseman. He's an RFA 26. He's played decent for us, and he could please fill him with injuries. I mean, I don't see us actually sign him for much long. I don't think we're going to sign him. I don't know if we're going to have the cap to sign him. So let's see. We're going to check out each individual player because I'm going to show you guys this because it's important. Yeah, we can go 4 years at around 7 mil, maybe if we're lucky, take a deal. But yeah, Korpisalo, he is an RFA, but if you look for 7 years, or 8 years, he wants like 6.2. So that's rough. Vivalainen, I don't see him getting any better, so might as well play Bolton. So we'll just release him. We're not going to trade him or anything. Comrie, I'll leave that up to you guys if you think we should sign him and play him with the AHL. We can play as a backup maybe, get rid of Turnbaum. Our 2 goalies, we can, I think qualifying him might take a bit more money for some reason. I don't know. Sometimes qualifying in this game is kind of confusing, but whatever. I think if it's Jokipak, yeah, you know what? He's just a top 6 defenseman. We don't have the space for him. Makoshin, Carlson, is he going to get any better? I don't see him get. He's 23. I guess we can take him for depth. It wouldn't hurt. I'll check into that later. Van Riemsdyk is not happy, and he's a top 6 defenseman now. So, nope. Individually go through all these guys. You know what? Maybe I can do all that stuff after, but you guys probably want to see this big stuff. Dubois. Let's see. 2 years. Oh gosh, at 6.2. 8 years at like 10 mil, guys. I'm telling you, like we developed him good, but gosh, he's gonna cost so much. And he's actually probably gonna get better than Heischer, who wants 8 years at 8.3. Keller, what is he gonna want? He's going to want 8 years at 7.5. So these guys are going to probably turn out to be around 88 to 90. Dubois could potentially be just like outstandingly 91 or something. Because, I mean, he's played very well for his career. Pretty solid. He's a solid player for us, especially in the playoffs. Cesarnik, we're just going to, he wants a one-way deal. Those are going to, I can't take one-way deals unless they're on a roster. Maybe Deneau, but I don't know. I'm too punny. Okay. Yeah, so AHL guys here to play as depth, 2-way forward. Yeah, sure, we'll do that. We'll just give him a bit of a cheaper contract. This guy usually plays pretty well for us in the AHL, so we'll sign him again. And there you go. Spruev, nope. Left wingers, Lada. We'll look at him later. Atkinson, how much does he want? He wants 3 years at 5.7. So that's good, and we could take him longer for cheaper if we want. But first, I think I'm gonna try and go for 4 years at 5.75 because we get him for 3 years and then we can trade him if we need to. That sounds like a good idea, and he's playing great. So if he takes this kind of a deal, that's awesome. We're gonna try and get him for really cheap. You know what, let's be realistic a bit more. Hyman, let's see. Does he want a 2-way? He wants a cheap deal, though. I'll have to look into that. Right wings, Grinder, Lazarev. We'll let him continue to just chill there for a bit. Nutavara. Okay, so what are we going to do here? 2-way contract. We can get Carlson back here. Weinhold, he wants a 1-way deal. And he's not going to be on our roster. So, well, he'd be on our roster, but just for injuries. So we need to figure out what goalie we want to go with. I feel like I should ask you guys this, but I don't know. You guys were just, I have to make the decision on whether I want to go with Bobrovsky or Korpisalo. Because Korpisalo, I think, is ready, but, I mean, if we can't go any shorter. Like, we could do 2 years at 5.5 and go with 2 goalies, but that's not happening. Bobrovsky, it's rough. I could qualify Korpisalo and trade him, but what am I going to trade him for? A guy who's going to cost cap eventually. So, you know what, guys? I'm going to let Bobrovsky go a separate way. I wanted him for the cup run, but unfortunately, we're going to have to get it done without him. He's played amazing throughout our playoff runs. Maybe we'll still have a chance to sign him later on, but I don't see it happening. Bobrovsky, thank you for your time. And we just won't have the cap space, guys. We're saving quite a bit of money in this, so we can go long term with Korpisalo. He's our goalie. Yeah, I'm not even gonna take any risk too much. 4 years, 5 years at maybe 5 mil. That's pretty solid. Maybe we'll go a bit cheaper. 4 years, 3 years, 4 years. We'll go 4 years at 4.75. Take a bit of a a cheaper contract. Comrie will just chill there for a second. We'll figure out who our backup is in a bit. Weinhold, we'll just maybe qualify him. I think players can sign qualifying contracts. That'd be nice. Matkinen, Nadavara. We're going to have to see with our top guys first. So I think we're going to try and get everyone signed long-term guys. Let me do that. I'll try and see what I can sign these guys for, maybe long-term. We'll see what works with our cap, and then I'll talk to you guys in a sec. Alright guys, this is huge. So we're going to try and see if we can get all of our core guys not locked up, but under contracts within their RFA stage. About 3 or 4 years, they're going to get cheaper contracts. As I went as cheap as I could go, and we're going to take it slow process, day by day. I'll keep on trying, and we'll see. We'll go through the first day and see if they sign. So let's advance the day, and here's all the big guys. All of them are going to be, yeah, there you go. Atkinson, Korpisalo, Keller, Korpisalo, Dubois. Okay, so he did not accept. He sure accept. That's awesome. Estevan accept. Stenlund accept. Carlson accept. And that's all we got. So that's most of them. We got Keller and Heischer. I'm going to show you what I signed them for first. So goalies, you saw Korpisalo 4.75 for 4 years. We did that to a lot of players. Atkinson is 4 years at 4.75, and where is the other guy? Clayton Keller, 4 years at 4.75. So we were pretty lucky to get all those guys. He's still going to be a UFA. That's actually going to be really, really annoying. So Dubois, yeah, Heischer 5.6, same contract as Orensky, 1, 2, 3, except 1 year extra, and then Dubois is our big guy. So we just got to sign Dubois now, boys. All right, we may not have cap for anyone else, but we're gonna have to try and fit it in. I'll show you this. So I offered him, I think it was 3 years at 5.75. Yeah, I did that. That's what I did. He'll still be an RFA, I think, not after 4 years, 3 years, and we're gonna try moving him up to 6 million. We're gonna see if that works, because honestly, it's a lot. Toffoli, I could do 6.5 for longer term. I could do that. No, 4 years, 3 years. We're gonna try and take him a bit cheaper. What's our cap like for the next couple of years? So 6.5. Toffoli's our highest paid player. He probably won't be, not for long. Dubois. So we'll get him under 3 years, and then we gotta go cheap. As cheap as we can, save money. We're going to go 6.25. We're going to do that because I don't think he'll take 6. He might, but you know what? It doesn't hurt to try. 6 million, 3 years. We're going to try that. All right, let's see. Did Dubois accept? Advanced day. Come on, Dubois. It's just a bit extra money. There you go. Pierre-Luc Dubois. What a leader. He just takes the hometown discount. 3 years at 6 mil. That's a solid deal. So we got all of our core players lined up. They're going to develop more within these next 3 years, and honestly, we got to get a cup within those 3 years. So you know what? We could have signed Bobrovsky instead of Korpisalo, and maybe even traded Korpisalo. But you know what? I think Korpisalo is the guy that we can trust. Notavara, 3 years. We can take him for a cheaper contract. Let me look first to see what guys we have on forward. I think we're going to have to go with who we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 for probably Gibbons, I'd say, is making the roster, and then 12. So we'll have to choose someone to sign. I'd say Hyman probably because he's the cheapest, and he's a depth forward. But I'll look into that. He is in the playoffs. He was a -1 with 1 goal. Deneau did not finish the season with us. Yeah, and he didn't play a playoff game. He honestly didn't even have that great of face-offs for what it was, so we're going to release him for now. I think it's going to be Hyman that stays. Lada could also stay as well. He was a -4, 8 goals, 17 points. He was a -1 in those games. How much does he want? I think we're going to roll just without... Can we sign? I'd love to sign Hyman to just a 2-way deal. And I'll give Lada a 2-way deal as well. We'll see what happens. I doubt we're going to get them for 2-way deals. But we're probably not going to have the cap space to offer him. I might as well offer Nadavara a qualifying offer, I guess. I mean, because then we get draft picks, right? But we'll have to see. So we got him, and we have to figure out what happens with Weinhold. So let's sim up. I don't think we're going to get either of those guys for a two-way contract, but you know what? We'll just figure out what we're going to do. Yeah, end of story. Yeah, they just, nope, not happening. So, yeah, we're just going to sim straight up to the free agency. Some of you guys were mentioning an offensive defenseman would be a good option. I would agree with that. Getting an 85, 86 overall guy to play on power play and top six time, more even, like, I don't know. We'll have to figure out what's up with that. We're probably not going to have the cap space unless we move a guy like Jenner or Saad, which we could, but with our roster right now, we could fit in Nadavara and still go with Saad. So Backstrom, Yossi, we're not getting these guys. You know what's happening. I mean, that's a great contract for Yossi, but there's no way. I mean, really? No, there's no way. I don't think so. There couldn't be. RFA is Derek Pouliot, 87 overall. You've seen how he simulates in Superman's GM. Holy crap. Yeah, we're not going to have cap space for that anyways. So, who do we got? I mean, role players. Let's look to see. Third line players. It's too bad. I don't think we're going to be able to get anybody here. Yeah, the top guys are way too expensive. There's some third liners out there. We need to take two-way contracts if they're going on the fourth line or something. Because there's no way we can afford that. Unless you guys really think, like, you guys are saying that we should trade them, but, I mean, I looked at both of them. They've both played. Jenner only had 9 goals, but he's our penalty killer for us. He's the best shot blocking category as a forward, pretty much. And, I mean, I really do think that he should stay. And Saad has played 20 goals, 50 points, plus player all throughout his career in this GM mode. So, yeah. Justin Braun, defensive. Hamonic, defensive. Orlov could be that guy. He's a top 6, but he wants 4.4. There's no way we can pay that kind of money. And he's not. It's not even like he has 4.5 star for offensive category. So we just got to keep looking. I mean, I'd like an offensive defenseman to go in there, but it's not happening. This is the only option because it really would be kind of wild. I'm gonna say probably not Pouliot because he's an RFA, but Roman Yossi. What do you guys think of that? Because I know it's really cheap, and I mean, but he can put up 50 points, 10 goals, power. Like, he plays everywhere. He's a top 2 guy. Get him for 6 years on a cheap deal. I mean, if we can move out a tiny bit of cap, I don't know. Honestly, Bobrovsky should. I'm kind of regretting the Bobrovsky thing already because I think our goaltending. I don't think Korpisalo is going to be as good as Bobrovsky was, but I mean, it's just going to happen. Backup goalie, we don't have a backup. We are kind of screwed for that. We really are kind of screwed for that. We might need to trade for a backup because that's a big problem. If we had Bobrovsky, probably less, but I mean, Korpisalo is going to get like 60, 70 starts if we sign any of these guys. So, defenseman, I mean, we're not signing a forward. We don't need forwards at all. I mean, except for depth. So, I mean, fourth line guys, what are some defensive categories that we can look through? Let me quickly show you guys. Clark MacArthur, 84 overall. Like, these guys are going to be expensive. Like, 4.5, yeah. Lindbergh wouldn't be such a bad deal. Is there any two-way deals that are just like really cheap that are high overall, or role players, fourth line? No, that's all grinders. I don't want like these goons. I want like a defensive player. Like, we can't get Daniel Winnick for that. Nope, that's not working. We could probably, let's see, fourth line guys. I mean, we might just need to go with some two-way guys for now. If we want to make any other signings, we could, but Gustav Nyquist, that's actually really interesting to see an elite guy of potential that good, but he's a third line guy at 83 overall. That's kind of wild. Let's check out potential guys because you guys are always interested in that. Wait a second. Hold up. You guys probably are telling me I should get Colin White. That wouldn't be bad for PK eventually, especially, you know what we could do? We could sign White. Get rid of like Jenner or Saad, and then like make this guy our third or fourth line center, give him PK time, he won't get upset, and then sign another like Yossi. What do you guys think of that? Or, I mean, if you guys think we should go with Bobrovsky for another year if we get the chance. Senyshyn, I don't see too many other options here. Shattenkirk. There's a Shattenkirk guy there. So you guys probably want me to sign some of these guys. I'll probably do my I'm not going to say that word. I'll probably look into signing some of these guys. That probably wouldn't be too bad of an idea. Maybe not those guys. Any goalie potential, that wouldn't actually be a bad thing to look at, because Comrie's not a guarantee. Neither is Corpusalo. Potential for goalies, I doubt there's going to be anything. Fringe, yeah, I think I already checked that. So you guys can let me know what you think about the guys that are available. Orlov, Yossi, should we trade for a guy? Should we go after Bobrovsky again? Should we get White? Should we get, like, who should we get? You guys can let me know. If you can find a viable reason to why we should sign Nicholas Backstrom to a long-term deal, let me know. If it's just because we need a top-line center, I would probably disagree with that statement, because one of our centers is going to grow. That's going to be a big thing. Once our centers grow, guys, I think there won't be too much to worry about as for like our entire team. I think we're going to have, I think that's what we've been missing, like a top-line center to like open up the snipers even more. I didn't think that it was necessary to bring in any more snipers. Plus, Levin's coming out. Why trade for another Panarin or another... I mean, unless we're getting Ovechkin, which I'm not trading for, okay? I'm not doing that, but you guys would know what I mean. Anyways, that was the end of the episode. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.